Hey, everybody. Chase with AV Pop Culture. What's going on Friday night? How are y'all doing? Just had to jump over from Blockbuster Box Sets live stream, run around and get everything up. Yeah, Steve. Hey, Steve in the house. Yeah, I know Blockbuster Box Sets was like, don't keep everybody tonight, and I'm like, oh, I gotta start after you tonight. But I've been doing Friday Night Live now for a good while, so I claim Friday night in the name of my kingdom. You guys, let me know you can hear me all right. Space Case Collectibles, what's up? Woke Niner in here, Becca in here, Michael in here, Michael in here twice. Trek or Not. Friday Night Lights, baby. Friday, that's me. I claim Friday. I claim Friday. Hopefully it's not like last Friday where it kept like freezing up because everybody was streaming. We got a lot to talk about tonight. There's crazy crap all over the place. Hey, Sean. 3 Dog. Tony, what's up? Cheers, everyone. Looks good. Okay, good. Fingers crossed. Kevin, I am going to get Constantine. Constantine is actually, because I'm a huge Keanu fan, but I like that story and that comic book beforehand. I'm actually a big fan of that movie. I got something in mind. I'm a big fan of that movie. I'm gonna get the so I was going to get it from Zavi because there's like a link in my profile or the description in every video that Zavi gave me. That's a personalized link. And if you click that and go buy Zavi stuff, you get like 15% off, and they give me $5 credit every time somebody does that. So I got like $45 credit there, but it's going to take a lot longer to get it if I do that. I didn't get the Keanu and Co. I did not move fast enough on that, and I had already forked out so much money to do the subscriber thing. So Steelbook Collector 99 in the house. Is it SEB 951 or SEB 951? Saturn 3. Special K. This is that one guy. You're that one guy. Like, I knew in my mind when I posted that, I was like, there's going to be somebody that says, just don't buy it. But that's not my issue with it. Of course you cannot buy it, but I'm kicking myself on, but the Keanu is only like in a small part of that. Gus in the house. Okay, so that's an update that I'm going to do here, Woke Niner. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh my gosh. I got like all these movies to grab. I could have had Risha get them to me, but I hate acting like I'm having her wait on me. Why so Bluetooth in the house? William Martin in the house. Well, that's not good, William. So okay, a little update on because I'll as soon as I get finished watching all of these, I will I'm going to do a video to review and rank them. But I have watched Virtuosity twice, although technically that wasn't with the subscriber thing, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to try to watch everything and review. I'm going to kind of rank them and say, this is what it was of the subscriber, and this is what it was altogether. So I actually think Virtuosity may still be in my player over there. So I've watched Virtuosity a couple times, and I'm actually probably going to, because it's distracted watching, right? A couple of times was distracted watching. So I want to watch it again. I haven't cracked into these yet. I have not watched Street Trash yet. I haven't watched The Canyons. I did watch Iced. I have it right here. Of course, you know, Iced is not part of the subscription either. Beetlejuice, what's up? I'm so bad about like just taking one out and popping it in. Yeah, the VS slips. I think Iced might be about gone, or it might be gone. So I watched it, and I'll tell you what. I haven't watched Deranged yet. So Deranged actually came with the set, with the subscriber stuff. So did the Seventh Curse and the Witch of Nepal. And then there was this set here, and I don't know where my slip box is. Here it is. This set here. Hercule Poirot. Damn it, I could have said it before you asked me. Hercule Poirot. But this, I watched Curse of the Devil. It's the Paul Naschy werewolf film. Holy crap. I mean, it was fun. It was batshit crazy. It was batshit crazy, but fun. And I think he must have sex or starts to have sex with like 5 different women in that movie. He writes and directs them. So like he made himself Pimp Daddy Naschy in that movie. And I was just laughing at it so much, but it was fun. It was fun. So I look forward to watching these other two. Yo, last movie standing. There is my man Brian in the house. Sup, Billy? JG, happy Hola Friday peeps. Navy SEALs from VS review. I can do that. I can do that. Nobody's really done that, have they? Too much. I just put up today a review on April Fool's Day by Kino Lorber, a really good 4K. And tonight I just finished 2 reviews, one for Vampires 4K from Scream Factory, and one from Galaxy of Terror for Scream Factory. So I just finished those up too. So I'm trying to mix in some more 4K reviews for everybody. But this movie right here, the Curse of the Devil, and I'll get into it when I do the video. They're doing a satanic like ritual, and it's like a sex ritual or something. And there's like guys in like gimp, like from Pulp Fiction type outfits almost, or so. It's crazy. It's crazy. I was not expecting it. I mean, I think so far, I have actually had a lot of fun. I mean, Virtuosity, I've seen before. So, but it's just been a long time. And I mean, I like it, but it's like nothing super special, but I like it. And Iced was exactly what I remembered. It's not as good as I remember though. Like I like Blood Tracks much better. But Curse of the Devil was a lot of fun. It was stupid fun. So that one's probably up there. Was he trying the buffet? Thank you. Is it MiG 101? Joseph Vincent in the house. What is up, man? But I still have the other 2 movies to watch out of this set. I still have these 2 to watch. I still have Deranged to watch. And even though they weren't part of the subscriber thing, I am going to watch The Canyons and Street Trash. Also, Vinegar Syndrome, I saw today that starting on Valentine's Day, they're going to have a sale. So it said they're going to have a big sale for a few days starting Valentine's Day on both their site and the Mussolini site. So you get you some really lovey-dovey stuff over there. Is there a genre of film I'm going to explore more this year? Not any specific genre. I'm just pushing to watch more films. Like I just did the Chase's Criterion Closet critiques, where I picked Gina Gershon's closet picks and watched all of her Criterion Closet movies. And some of them I had no idea what they were. So I'm just trying to expand in general this year and watch more movies. Like push myself to watch stuff I wouldn't normally watch. Like normally, if I wasn't a subscriber, I'm just going to be honest, I would have probably bought Iced and Virtuosity, maybe Street Trash. That's it. I still haven't watched it, Brian. I still haven't watched it. Because I watched Iced, Virtuosity, Curse of the Devil, and I watched Vampires and Galaxy of Terror and April Fool's Day. So I could do those reviews, and I'm just like, I'm having to stay up late to squeeze them all in. But yeah, Jorge, I'm not pushing into a specific genre, just expanding beyond like my normal comfort zone overall. So the Criterion thing is going to push me to go one way, watching a bunch of different movies. And I'm trying to decide on my next Criterion Closet person that I pick. I might do Eric Bana just did one today, and his were pretty good. He had some that I'd seen, but some that I hadn't seen at all. I just got to decide. And then all the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, some of the stuff I probably wouldn't have watched. So I'm just trying to push myself to watch more. Street Trash is fun, and the melts are great. I mean, I think the effects are going to be good. Sean, I bought The Devil's Honey on Severin's last sale, and I still haven't watched it yet. I know the saxophone thing and stuff, though. Sean, you've gone big on Giallo and Italian horror kick lately. I love it so much. So I just watched for one of my my recommendations lists. I rewatched Arabella Black Angel, which is super dirty. And it's like my favorite Giallo probably. Ben, yo, you just joined. We just been talking about what I have watched so far out of my Vinegar Syndrome stuff. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, though. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Scariest film as a child was Watership Down. You know, people keep talking. I somehow missed that one. I never saw that movie. Hey, happy Crotomist Prince. What's up? BMG in the house. Let's see. Did anybody else sneak in here that I missed? Beetlejuice says, wait, what you can use shop pay cash rewards on the VS store? Really? Yeah. I mean, I got to admit, like with the subscriber discount, I probably look around to see if there's anything else that I would watch, especially now. Like I really didn't expect to like Curse of the Devil so much. I thought it, like, I don't, because I'm not a big subtitle guy. But on my Criterion Closet critiques, I watched The Seventh Seal, the Ingmar Bergman film, and that's subtitled, and I loved that movie. I thought it was great. What's my go-to serotonin boost feel-good movie? There's a few. Hubie Halloween is one, oddly enough. But there's a few. I'd have to think. That's definitely one. And I know that's an odd one. Another one that I'll watch a lot is Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters. I will watch, and Back to the Future. I always say it's like peanut butter for the soul. Those are definitely feel good watches for me. Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger is another one. Weird Science gives them to me. I love Weird Science, one of my favorite movies of all time. It's over there. Right there. William Martin, I think when I did my top 25 movies of all time, I think Ghostbusters might have been 5 for me. Karate Kid is another one for me. Paul T's just lurking. He says, Quietly Games, what's up? Movie Palace of Blood. What did I think of the Vinegar Syndrome announcements? Psych for Carpenter. So like I have actually seen, it's been many years ago, but The Possession of Joel Delaney, I've actually seen that. Um, but it's been a long time, really long time. And the other ones I didn't know anything about, but I'll tell you one that I was really excited about, and people are sleeping on it. It doesn't come with the subscriber thing, but I bought it immediately. Is the cinematograph of Joy of Sex, The Joy of Sex. That is basically like American Pie and Porky's type thing mixed together. That is a like high school sex comedy. And I think a lot of people just don't know. It's got like Ernie Hudson in it and Christopher Lloyd's in it. But that's what it is. Like a girl, it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I've probably seen it a dozen times because I remember it when I was younger. I think a girl thinks she's dying and she's trying to lose her virginity before she dies. So it's all about it's all that. It's the high school stuff. And I think people just don't know what it is. John Hughes flicks are always good go-tos to feel good. Playboy just released the cover of the first reissue. Did they? I didn't catch that yet. I mean, Rocky is always, that's just one of my favorite movies. That is my favorite movie of all time. Jurassic Park's a good one. But that gets me a little too on edge if I'm trying to like relax back and feel good. Mike Webb in the house. What's going on? So I'm going to set the goal thing, and we'll set a goal. And if we hit the goal, I'll give something away tonight, but we're going to talk about some giveaways that are coming when we reach 10,000, because we are almost, we're almost there. We're like 9,300 people so far, 9,300 subscribers. So if we get a goal tonight, I'll do a little giveaway, and who knows, another week or two, we might do the big 10,000 subscriber celebration. And y'all, I got some serious stuff that I'm going to be giving away for that. Mike Webb in the house. Brent, yeah, Joy of Sex. Yeah, it's not like some weird artsy fartsy like sex movie. It's like a high school like 80s style sex comedy. That's what it is. Edward, hello from Michigan, trying to watch you and Blockbuster box sets. I know, man. He's got to pick a different time. I claimed this time. I was giving him crap earlier. I gave him a 30-minute head start. Mayonnaise for everyone. BMG says Brian did a video on The Rock and it made me want to watch it after a long time. You know what? And of course the cuss words are edited out. That's stupid. I told him the same thing. I've of course seen The Rock a bunch of times, but I've probably not seen it in 6-7 years or more. It's definitely time for a rewatch. Becca asks, what movie that has the Three Musketeers is your favorite? Oh, that's no question. Like I was 12, 13. I can't even remember when you've seen the Three Musketeers too, haven't you? With Kiefer Sutherland and Charlie Sheen and Oliver Platt. God, what's the song in that with like Bryan Adams and all those guys? Huh? I can't remember this. What's the song? That is unquestionable. Like, I mean, I used to quote that thing all the time. Charlie Sheen kills the one guy and he's like, go with God. Like, I love that movie. That is unquestionably my number one. I mean, technically, in the Man in the Iron Mask is good too. Mike Webb got us started on our goal. I appreciate it, man. $4.99 super chat. Thank you. Let's go. We'll do a cool giveaway, and I'll talk about some stuff that I'm gonna give away. I got one or two big surprises. I can't tell you yet, but I have some big stuff to give away. Yeah, when they all charge down the guns. Yeah, and Man in Iron Mask. Have you noticed the Nightmare on Elm Street cover? Okay, we mentioned Nightmare on Elm Street. We're going to get to that in just a minute. I love American Pie too. Why So Blue? Now, I can't speak for Female Perversions, the cinematograph line. I haven't seen that one, but Joy of Sex is a recommend. I recommend that. If you like American Pie, Porky's, all that kind of stuff, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, you're going to be good with that. Flash Gordon, I really want I guess it's out of print box set from Arrow. I don't have that. Have I ever found the joy of painting with Bob Ross on a physical disc? I haven't. Such a happy little tree. We're going to put him there. There are no mistakes, just happy accidents, man. I grew up watching him. And whenever I'm painting something, I think about him. Yeah, on PBS. Okay, so Mike Webb, I heard some people have mentioned. Well, actually, I have only seen Frank mention it at Frank's Media and Reviews, and he doesn't have the disc yet either because none of us do. He only knows what the one guy in England said. So I haven't really seen anybody else say it. There's just this one guy with a channel, and I'm not saying he's wrong. It just seems like all of that is hanging on one guy saying it's not working on his player. I haven't watched his video or anything. I watched Frank talking about his video, but I don't know. That's not enough for me to go on yet. And I already pre-ordered it from Orbit a while back, so I'm getting it regardless. You can't cancel your order with Orbit. So I'm getting it regardless. And I'm going to need more than one person playing it and saying it doesn't work. Steve hit me with $10 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Look, where'd I put it? I just watched it a few days ago. It's sitting over here. I'll get Richard to hand it to me when we get back. I liked it. And you know what? It made me want to I'm going to do a video now, Steve. I don't know if anybody will watch this video, but I want to do a video of 1950s to early 60s, sci-fi and sci-fi horror movies. I want to do a video ranking or recommending my favorites. So it made me want to do a whole video. I appreciate that, man. And it makes me also want to watch oddly enough, I've never seen the Thing prequel that they made in 2011 or 12. Made me want to watch that too. But yeah, Steve, it totally I already have started putting together a recommendation list for that. Spoiler alert, The Thing from Another World is going to be on the list. So but man, I appreciate that. That was a fun watch. Bang the Drum Slowly is a recommendation. Okay, that's Robert De Niro, isn't it? In that, I haven't seen that one, but I saw that cinematograph. Ben says he bought Wizard of Oz in 4K a day, wondering if it's any good. I'm expecting to be mind-blowing with the color in the movie. I've only skimmed through it since I got it. I wasn't as blown away as I thought I was going to be. I really wasn't. It's 2011, Steve. Oh, man, here comes some super chats in. Joseph. Man, I appreciate it. Joseph Vincent hit me with a $10 super chat. He says, ever seen Miracle Mile? Kino just released a Blu-ray. First time I'd seen it. It was pretty good. Fun 80s-ish. No, I haven't seen that. Miracle Mile. I thought when I first read it, I read it as Miracle Beach, and I was like, you picked my brain because that movie's going on another list here soon. But no, I don't know I don't think I've seen Miracle Mile. And I got to look at that and see if I've seen it. The Thing prequel sucks ass. Gus, coming in with a $19.99 super chat. Gus, thank you, my friend. He says, which title would I like to get? Which title would you like to get a 4K? Do you mean one that's out right now or one that I want to come to 4K? Because because like of ones that are out right now, there's a few that I want to get. And I keep like narrowing it down would be hard because I got so many. Let's see. I would have to, man. I know. Oh, I know. One that I definitely want to get is Scanners in 4K. That's coming out, but you know, I have never seen It Follows all the way, and like I just saw Orbit got the chunky box set of that back in from Second Sight, and I was so tempted on that one. But and ones that I want to see to come to 4K here, Over the Top, Tombstone, The Rock, Cobra. I mean, there's a lot that I want to see come, but like It Follows, Scanners. I cannot wait to get The Nice Guys on 4K. I actually really like that movie and was just talking to Brian about that movie before it came out. Before they announced the 4K, saying I really like that movie and I wish they put it on 4K. But yeah, those all definitely. I wanted Rumpelstiltskin, and I actually just went ahead and got it tonight because I heard it's about gone. And I remember seeing it in the movie rental places, but I never got it. Never saw it. The Thing prequel didn't hold tension for very long. Jim Jones says, you think the 50th anniversary Texas Chainsaw Massacre box from Dark Sky is worth the price of $150, $300? I can't see paying any. Like for me, honestly, and I know this is sacrilege for people, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is my favorite over that one. I like TCM 2 better. Joseph Anthony Edwards gets a call in a phone booth warning him of impending nukes from Russia. He's the only one who knows. That's all you'll see. That's what Miracle Mile is about. Well, I like Anthony Edwards, especially back then. Mike Whip, I do. I want Cobra. He wants a Cobra in a chunky box. Yes. Yeah, it's Goose. I do. Frank, what's up, man? Woke Niner, Gus, that hasn't come to 4K. What hasn't come to 4K? That hasn't come to 4K. Yeah, those ones that I mentioned. I mean, Tombstone's high on that list for me. Over the Top is a big one for me. I love that movie. Cobra, The Rock is a big one for me. Lethal Weapon. Like, I know that that's been announced, but like that's an all-time high up favorite movie for me. So I need the Lethal Weapon movies. Boogie Nights, I'm hoping they come through with Boogie Nights coming to 4K because I love Boogie Nights. I big time love Boogie Nights. So there's definitely some out there. Blade, I don't have any of the Blades. I would like them to do all of those together. You thought It Follows was overrated? I've never seen it. So, like, I mean, I guess I could try before I buy. It's a beautiful box set, though. And I certainly am not going to pay to rent it and then say I like it and then buy it. I would rather just get it. It's actually not that expensive for a Second Sight chunky box. Woke Niner says he loves It Follows. So, see, it's like it's kind of all over the place. What's up? I'm your Huckleberry. It Follows is worth it. Okay, see, like that chunky box looks nice too. Like I haven't seen it, but Marty Blevins in the house. The Dark and the Wicked. I haven't seen that. You have the regular 4K of It Follows from Second Sight. Like right now, I think Orbit restocked a couple chunky boxes of it, and it's like $44.99 or something like that. And that's a big, nice chunky box for that. So, like, I'm heavily considering that. But the problem is, I still haven't bought my Reanimator set from Ignite Films. And I am so jazzed for that one. And the problem with that is I want the big set because I want the chance to have the extra stuff. But that extra $50 that it costs over the other set that just doesn't have the chance to win and the bobblehead, I can't justify because that other $50 would buy me a whole other chunky box set or something. So I've been just procrastinating because I want it, but I don't want to pay for it. And I can't really afford it, like justify it. So I've been putting that off. But Reanimator, I've gotten some behind the, like they've emailed me their marketing people, and I've seen a little bit of other clips and stuff, and Reanimator, y'all, is gonna be good. I'm like, if what I've seen is any indicator, it's going to be good. So Steve, I assume Disney's still holding movies hot. It seems like they're going real slow. They signed that deal with Sony, but they sure are dragging their feet on it. They're dragging their feet on it. I saw that, Sean. There are a few little Trick or Treat box sets up on Diabolic. Alice, Sweet Alice. Now, see, I've never seen Alice, Sweet Alice. Now, Long Kiss Goodnight, must buy for me. Must buy. I did go ahead and order the Dollars trilogy because I don't have them. And I'm not the biggest Western guy, but those three movies and then the Outlaw Josie Wales, those will come to me. The Outlaw Josie Wales is actually my favorite of his. But those I'll get. Niner fans in here. Oh, Risha is a big Eagles fan, so she's all jazzed for this weekend. And my son has become an Eagles fan, even though we're in Georgia, because all the Georgia Bulldogs on the team.
Go Birds!
So my son's become an Eagles fan, even though we're from Georgia and everything, because it's like 7 Georgia Bulldogs on the Eagles team, and then Risha's connected to Philadelphia. So, Joseph. So Bone Tomahawk would be great. I got to look and see what they filmed Bone Tomahawk in. There's a chance they filmed Bone Tomahawk in 1080p. Like I found out they filmed Drive in 1080p. So there's a chance Bone Tomahawk was filmed in 1080p. I don't know what they filmed it with. So that would be an upscale if they did. I can look it up though. But Bone Tomahawk, man, Joseph, have you seen like my notes on stuff? Because I'm not going to say what recommendation list that Bone Tomahawk is coming, but Bone Tomahawk is coming here soon on a list. And then I had Steve talking about the thing from Another World, and that's coming on a list. You guys are spoiling my lists. And here lately, some of my recommendation lists, y'all, have been doing good. Like I've had 3 recommendation lists in the past month hit like 30 or 40,000 views. I was like, whoa. Well, let me catch up on the chat. You're spying. That's all right, brother. Yeah, Frank, that Reanimator release, man, getting to see a few extra little peeks that where they've emailed me, or the press guy, like, dude. Hey, John Doe Juggalo in the house. You bought the standalone 4K of It Follows, Gus. Long Legs, I still haven't seen. So Gus liked It Follows too. Like everybody's kind of selling me on It Follows. Marty, did I miss your message, man? Mark, KY, shockingly good suspense for Miracle Mile. I'm interested. Super Bowl pick. I'm picking the Eagles. I'm riding with the Eagles because that will make my life better. Why so blue tube? Looking forward to Reanimator. You're going for the see. I think I'm see. I don't need the bobblehead either, but what I do want, I would love the Reanimator prop, and I would love the autograph poster. And I'm not an autograph dude. I've worked with too many people. It's kind of like, Risha always finds it funny. People find it funny that I'm not as jazzed up to go to football games at the University of Georgia, but it's like, you just have to practice on that field. It's not quite the same. It's kind of that same way with getting autographs, but some people, like some things send me back to being a kid, and like being a kid and seeing that movie when it came out. I don't know. I would love the autograph poster, but it's like a $50 gamble. There's no guarantee. If they could guarantee it, I would have already bought it. And I tried, since they were emailing me. I was like, can you tell me if I pay, what are the odds that I'm going to get this? And they wouldn't tell me. Frank, you know, I've never seen any of those movies, but the company that put that movie out, Terror Films, they were the company that was going to put out my movie Dark Roads before I decided not to, before we didn't do it. Yeah, I got the region free Sony player, and then apparently there's like buttons you can press for the UB820 to make it the same. Yeah, well, yeah, Reanimator. I was young when that came out too. We're 4 out of 10 to our goal. We'll definitely give something away. We're just talking like crazy. I got all kinds of stuff to talk about tonight. We hadn't even got into it yet, but that's cool. I'm having fun. Last week we got interrupted because the internet wasn't working too good. Guys, make sure you do the like button. I hate asking that, but like YouTube tells you that it matters. There's like 90 of us in here too. That's pretty good. T. Shofi in the house. You'll rebuy. So Alice, Sweet Alice is all right. Yeah, I mean, that's I didn't run to grab that one either. I do think there's a chance that Reanimator could sell out. Probably not the standard. The bottom standard might not, but there's a chance that if you want any of those box sets, from what I was told, was I got to make my decision too. There's a chance it could. They could. Them from 1954. I think I've seen that. So you guys, when people recommend me movies, I have a notebook. I keep a notepad to jot things down, but when people recommend movies, they think, oh, he just said, oh, I'll check that out. Everything goes into a notebook for me. I got It Follows, Miracle Mile, and Them 1954 written down in here tonight so far. Yeah, the KC refs. I can't stand Kansas City. I can't stand it. It feels like they get too much help. Raccoon Eyes is 45 minutes from Philly, and it's green everywhere. And today, everyone at work had their Eagles stuff. I think it's funny our mayor can't even spell Eagles. Oh, Why So Bluetooth? Yeah, I did see that too. Werewolves on 4K. You know, me and my son went and saw that. I think I like it. Was fun. I thought it was fun. And 4K for $21.99. I'd be like, I would have got that. I would have got that. That's interesting, Frank. See, yeah, like, and I heard the original Fuzz talking about it too. So I you know, it's worth. I think it's worth. It's worth it. And if I hate it that much, I'll give the damn thing away on a live stream or something. Trying to catch back up, you guys. Deep Blue Sea was a day one purchase for me too. Quietly Games, no about a doubt that one. Do I have The Chase on DVD? Do you know that because you guys with Christy Swanson, you guys know that I know Christy because I was trying to help her move here with her husband, and then they ended up moving to New Jersey, and then she hooked me up with her agent. Guys, am I back? I got the same thing that happened last week. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Yeah, it cut out and it said that YouTube was having problems, and then I had to wait and reconnect. Sorry about that, guys. I don't, man, they have been like jammed the last couple weeks on here. And make sure I don't have any other tabs open anywhere or anything. Not that, I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with the message that I just got, though. Yes, I am looking for the movie Ghost Town, T. Shofi. Yes, I am. I love that movie. But to finish answering your question, Jim, I don't have that movie with Christy. I talked to Christy about that movie, and we were laughing about the scene where she has sex with Charlie Sheen in the car, because it opens up so wide and everything, and it's like all ethereal, even though they're in the middle of a car chase. So Hell House is good. Hell House is good. I have to check it out. I mean, I made a partial found footage movie, so I mean, I like them. Becca went to a flea market and got the 30th anniversary Back to the Future trilogy Star Wars saga with a couple of them 4K blue. Dang, for $30. That's how you build out the collection right there. Suns and Shadows, what's up? Oh man, I hate that, William, but at least you're back tonight. Oh, we got Daniel, my man from the Cobweb channel, in the house. He says, second the recommendation for them. I got it written down right here. It'll transfer over to my notebook. But I don't know if you were in here yet, Daniel. I am working on a Steve sent me The Thing from Another World, and watched that. And it got me doing a recommendation list and watching some other, like I'm doing a list of like 1950s to 60s sci-fi horror, like my favorite 10 or type thing, 10 that I recommend. And it's fun. It's fun watching those. And I know Daniel knows all about Paul Naschy for sure, but we were talking about The Curse of the Devil in here earlier. It was batshit crazy fun, man. It makes me want to watch more of his stuff. So there was a lot more nudity in that movie than I was expecting too. I'm just gonna be honest. Arrow has sale 2 4Ks for $60. That's not too bad. Not the greatest, but not too bad. Write Down Debbie Does Dallas. I know that one too. But honestly, if they had that with like a 4K and a slipcover, because of the cultural relevance and shit of that too, I would buy it. I ain't embarrassed. I'd buy that. I am looking for Ghost Town, T. Shofi, for sure. I love that movie, 1985. I believe that's Charles Band. My dad used to watch that. So many people haven't heard of that. But yeah. Yeah, I'm back up, y'all. Like I saw we dropped from like a little over 100 down to 80, but it just kicked me out there real quick. I'm not sure why. It was a YouTube thing. We are almost halfway to giving something away tonight too. But let's see what I'm trying to catch back up. Yes, cultural relevance, Joseph. I don't give a shit. Like I'd buy it. I don't care. I'll watch it if I want to. I'm a grown ass man. Let's see. No, I like Nowhere to Run with Van Damme. I think that's an underrated one, man. I like that movie. I love Nowhere to Run. You actually never saw it? It's weird because like that old, like the old vintage adult films like that, They were more like movies. Like I think the most hilarious one I've ever seen though is Dracula Sucks. That one is hilarious. I mean, it's got sex in it, but it's hilarious. Um, yeah, it got the jitters. We had buffering while talking about Christy Swanson. What are the odds? Yeah. Oh yeah, Mark from Kentucky. Night of the Creeps, brother. I love Night of the Creeps. Like I know Jason Lively, like through my friend April, and like I was talking to him before they made right when they made the announcement before it officially came out, talking to him about it. So like I am pumped to get Night of the Creeps. That was a must pre-order for me. Dang, Becca, those 4Ks that you got were unopened. That's awesome. Yeah, last week was real bad with the jittering and the kicking out. So hopefully it doesn't do that crap. Gonna call Life Alert on me. Movie Odyssey in the house. Ben, I appreciate that, man. Ben says the way you do your lists are the best on this app, in my opinion. I appreciate it. You know, I catch some grief sometimes, man, because people who are newer to the channel, they'll be like, why do you talk about the movie so much? Why do you show the movie so much? Just talk about it for a few seconds and show us clips. And I'm like, that's not what we do here, man. We talk about the movie. I tell you what I think about the movie. I'm not going to just recommend movies that I don't like watch and understand and stuff like that and want to talk about their place. That's not what we do here. Like I give lists, but I'm not a Watch Mojo, a 1 minute or less per movie like thing. There's all kinds of shit for that. Like I don't do that. I don't do that. Tarantula. That's I think I've seen Tarantula before, Steve, but I'm gonna write that down. Risha, can you come here?
Also copyright you.
Yeah, they'll copyright you too. People don't understand that if you put too much, can unfreeze that. Just exit. People don't understand if you put clips too much, they can copyright hit you. So, or hit you for using too much reused content. The quest with Van Damme is underrated. I like it. I like the adventure of it. I really do. Yeah, Ben, Dracula Sucks. If you haven't seen it, watch it. There's actually 2 cuts of the movie. One is like soft core and the other one isn't. Dead Birds. My friend Chance was just talking about Dead Birds. And was telling me you got to watch it. He's been coming over watching some movies with me. Oh man, Quietly Games. I already picked up Iced and watched it, brother. Yeah. I've seen it before, but it'd been a long time. Oh, Tony O, I had not heard that. So Vestron is upgrading their 4K, their Blu-rays to 4Ks. Are they really? That would actually be good news to me because I only have like 2 or 3 Vestrons, but I love that whole line. Am I way behind on the comments? It doesn't show that I'm way behind. I'm like all the way down at the bottom now. YouTube's been acting weird all week. Yeah, well, it's been acting weird tonight for sure. Have I ever considered trying Rumble? I haven't done Rumble. I'm still trying to get this up and going. You got the Chronicles of Riddick. That's a nice set, underrated. That's a big set with a lot of options. All right, I caught up now. All right. Yeah, I got Iced. Dude, Men at Work. I've been talking about Men at Work a lot lately. I can't remember if I put that on a list or not, but I love Men at Work. Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez. A matter of fact, I streamed it. I fell asleep watching it 3 different times because it was just chill. And so I bought it. I bought it on from MVD on that last sale that they had because I mean I've always liked that movie, but I'm with you. There's something about it that's just I don't know. I just like it. I just like it. I have not seen The Stuntman with Peter O'Toole. I don't know, John Doe Juggalo. I don't know. That was news to me right there about Vestron. Oh yeah, I've seen Jim Cotta. My dad watched all those kind of movies, so I didn't have any choice. Triple H was in Blade 2, or was I thought he was in Blade 3? I love Men at Work. Man, it's just something fun. I hate Rent-A-Cops 2. I hate Rent-A-Cops 2. He's seeing too much. I know you, man. I love him too, Keith David. Tyler P, what's up, man? Yeah, he loves Men at Work too. There's something about it, man. It's just it has the right like late 80s, early 90s type vibes. It's chill. It's got guys that you know. It's a little fun. It just has a lot of good elements to it. That's it. Same thing with me, Joseph. Like I went to sleep like watching it 3 or 4 nights in a row after like I had already watched the movie, and then I was like, I'm just gonna put it back on to go to sleep by. And I did it like 3 or 4 nights in a row, and then I was like, I'm buying the damn thing because I don't have it. I'm your Huckleberry. I missed your question. I'm sorry. I get to talking and trying to catch up. And tell me what your question was again. I don't see it in here. My bad, brother. Kristen Stewart movies put you to sleep. I have never seen the Snow White and the Huntsman movies. Yeah, Emilio did direct that. Do you come from a land down under? I think of that too every time I say Men at Work. Like somebody just threw away a perfectly good white boy. And he looks a hell of a lot like that dude over there. Yeah, man, renting it. Yeah, dude. Like, and it was a big deal to be able to rent it. Am I getting Look, I got sent the Terrifier, and I don't think Bill is in here tonight, but Bill is a member, and he sent me Terrifier 3 VHS from the Umbrella collection. That collection. He sent me his VHS as a gift, along with he bought one of my movies, Realm of Souls, one of the movies I made, the found footage one. And wanted me to sign it and send it back, and he sent me that as a gift. So I got it, but not the one from Walmart. That's man, being a kid like in the 80s and staying up like on Friday nights and Saturday nights with movies that you rented or got, or watching old shit on TV. I miss that stuff so much. I mean, I still stay up and watch movies, but I do not have Kino's No Way Out yet with Kevin Costner. Is it good? I haven't gotten it yet. My thoughts on Meet Joe Black. I think it's pretty good. It's like that movie, like movies like that kind of depress me though, and like make me like sad. Like, oh, I don't know what it is, but it's well acted. It's hard to purposely pull off kind of a wooden portrayal like that changes. I haven't seen Underwater or Personal Shopper. Interesting. Personal Shopper is a Criterion. Yeah, I've heard about Rare Exports, but I haven't seen it yet. I heard some people talking about Hard Eyes.
So, oh, I'm your Huckleberry. Chase, were you in a movie I watched on YouTube, Doc Holliday, one of the outlaws? No, I wasn't in that one. But I got 2 guns, one for each of you. I like, no, I wasn't in that one. The only things I've been in are my movies and like some other people's like independent movies and stuff like that. And American Reunion. I had a line in American Reunion. Becca, I haven't seen The Right with Anthony Hopkins, but I picture the cover on that 100%. You know, Joseph, you got a homebrew of Dutch today. I know you probably got the Blu-ray, but did you? I saw Orbit DVD has DVDs of Dutch in for $11.99 a piece. I almost bought it because I don't have it in my collection at all. Okay, Sean hit on something I wanted to talk about. That did you guys see the deal I posted about it? The Nightmare on Elm Street set. Zavi posted that you only have till the 10th to order that. And I that's no artwork, having no idea what it's going to look like, no idea what's going to be included. Just be prepared to lay out almost $300, and you got to do it right now. And you have no idea when it's coming out or anything. That's real weird. Real weird to me. Oh, John Doe, you're going to Orbit next Saturday. We were just talking about before I went on trying to get up to Orbit here soon, but I really want to go. We looked it up. It's actually like 3 hours and 18 minutes from my house. Oh, I love cryptids. I haven't really been keeping up with a lot of Scream 7 news. It seems like every time I scroll Instagram, though, it's like somebody else has been confirmed to be in it. Fandango is part of the Comcast spinoff. I didn't hear anything about that either. You guys are like way more up on a lot of the news than I am. I'm like, I'm just editing videos. Turn the air on.
That's all.
It's hot in here, y'all. It's like got to 70 something degrees here in Georgia today. And then in a couple of days, it's going to be like 40 degrees again for a high. Yeah, I just don't understand that. Like, I know some people were saying that you don't have to pay when you make the order with Zavi, but I don't know. Yeah, Wolfman bombed because it looked like crap. So I don't like the way they did that at all. I'm not liking what's going on with Nightmare on Elm Street. That's too big of a deal to play games with. Not a fan. Not a fan. We got 4 out of 10 on our goal. If we hit 10, if we get to it, we'll give something away. But I want to talk to you guys about stuff that I am going to give away. All right. So besides, I'm going to give away one of my movies, and I have one other really big item that I can't mention yet that I'm giving away, a big, big, big item. I'm also giving away a couple things. Maybe I'll save a couple of them. I'll just tell you a couple of them tonight. I think I maybe mentioned this one. I'm going to give away a Chronicles of Riddick 4K set here. I'm going to give that away. And I'm going to give away a VSU of Navy SEALs. So And I actually have one other thing here tonight that I'm going to give away. Plus, I'm going to give away a couple of my movies, and I'm going to give away a really big item that I can't mention yet because I don't have it in my hands. But but it should be here. I don't know when we're going to hit 10,000. We're at like 9,300. So hopefully we hit it soon, couple of weeks. So if by next week we haven't hit it, which I doubt we hit it that fast, I'll show everything else that I'm going to give away. But I'm definitely going to give away these to go along with some of my movies and a couple of other really big items. One really, really, really expensive big item. So that nobody else is going to have yet at all. So hopefully everybody, this is brand new, never been open. So the movie is all sealed and everything else. So I'm going to give that away. And then, of course, the Riddick set I'm going to give away. Steve hitting another $2 super chat. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Going to give this away. And, of course, I'm going to give away a couple of my movies, too. So there'll probably be a good, 7-8 things or so to give away. There's going to be a lot. And I'm just going to say a couple of things are much bigger items than these two. So, because I just appreciate, I never thought in a million years we'd be approaching 10,000 people this fast, 10,000 subscribers. So the fact that we are is crazy. The fact that you guys are helping me, like some of my, I've had, like I said, 3 or 4 videos in the past month. Recommendation list hit 40,000 views. That's so big for the channel and everything we're doing here. And I just, when we get to 10,000, we're going to celebrate the hell out of it for sure. Oh, I appreciate that, Zombie. I appreciate that. Joseph's, I appreciate that, brother. Joseph says, well, when you order off Zombie, you use PayPal and they don't charge till it ships. Good tip on that. And PayPal makes me reconfirm at the time, so I can choose not to pay if a better deal. What's that?
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I may do that. That way I hold my place on it. On the Nightmare on Elm Street set. I might do that. I agree. Navy SEALs is underappreciated. Charlie Sheen, Bill Paxton, all that kind of stuff. I don't understand. People shit on that release when it came out. There's a couple channels, all they do is shit on everything Vinegar Syndrome and other people do. But I'm like, what are you shitting on that for? What are you shitting on Virtuosity for? I did get Invasion USA. My dad would have come back from heaven and kicked my ass if I didn't get Chuck Norris. Anything Chuck Norris 4K, I have to get because I know he's watching and he'd be pissed if I didn't. He used to tell me, he's like, Chuck Norris steps on necks. He was a huge Chuck Norris fan. His favorite, though, Chuck Norris movies were probably Missing in Action, though. The Missing in Action movies. Oh, Appalachian dude says, concerning going to Orbit, Risha says, if you've never been to downtown Asheville, you'll love it. It's a beer snob's paradise with a lot of breweries and everything, walking distance like an old downtown area where it's at. So that's cool.
I'll make April join. My bestie lives 2 hours away.
Her best friend lives only 120 miles from there, so she's gonna have her come over too. Oh, you saw that too? Why is everybody shitting on? I don't understand. There's some people it's it's funny too, because some people that shit on everything, they also have everything and they buy it, but then they make fun of other people for buying it and they make fun of the companies for putting it out. I'm like, the hell is, man? I'm the guy, I want everything to come to 4K and physical media. Like, why wouldn't we want to preserve every single film possible? Like, people are like, oh, we don't need comedies on 4K. We don't need this stupid shit Vinegar Syndrome's putting out. Or why did Screen Factory put this out or that out? Like, I might want other things first because I'm impatient. But overall, I want to see everything preserved and moved up in the format. Like, why wouldn't you? I don't get it. You know, I haven't seen Young Blood. I ran up on that Blu-ray in my Barnes and Noble, and I'd never heard of that movie. Oh, I'll stick with the channel for sure. A copy of Dirt Road. You think you could get a copy of Dark Roads? I mean, I've only got a few left. I'm selling the ones I'm giving away. I'm selling the ones that I got. So Umbrella has Daybreakers, but does everybody know that there's a domestic 4K of Daybreakers that's been out for a while? Because I actually found that in a used store, CD warehouse. So this isn't the first time it's been on 4K. I don't know if there's anything different about it. Yeah, my dad loved Missing in Action. I need to order Nosferatu because my son we were going to see it at the movie theater and we just never did because when it came out, it was a difficult time. He was like playing, it was Christmas, but then he was playing in a football tournament here in Georgia, an invite tournament, all-star tournament. We didn't get to go see it. And like now I might as well buy the 4K. It costs less than us buying 2 tickets to the movie. Yeah, I mean, my dad always was watching Missing in Action. Yeah, and he's carrying his guy, and he gave him too much opium, like OD'd him, and he thought he had malaria, and like, man, there's like 3 of those movies or something. Oh, you got the popcorn, but I want the steel book of Nosferatu as well, but I know it. I'm open to however it looks. I am not the biggest Robert Eggers guy, so but I'm interested. I'm damn interested to see. Delta Force, yeah. My dad did. Look, if Chuck Norris did it, my dad loved it. My dad loved it. Yeah, definitely I had to have the Dollars trilogy. You can't talk about John Doe says you can't talk about the studio releases now that a boutique's releasing it. But I saw it and I'm like, shit, Daybreakers already has a 4K. Does people know that? I have never seen Werner Herzog's Nosferatu. That's the one you're talking about. You talking about the Cynthia Rothrock stuff? My dad liked her too. I never really got into hers as much. Disney's setting on a lot. I'm hoping they start pushing more to Sony with that deal. My dad did that too. Lamb chop. Yeah, he doesn't, but a lot of his movies don't really set up to have sequels either. I have not pre-ordered Constantine yet. I have to, I'm probably going to just get it through Orbit. Is it out? Or they're not sold out, are they? Now you got me worried. Now I'm like looking. All right, we're 4 out. What should we give away? We'll give away something tonight if we hit 10. We'll probably give away one of my movies tonight if we hit 10. If we hit 10 super chats, we're 4 out of 10. If we hit 10 tonight, I'll give away one of my movies and some other swag with it. I'm working on. Did any of you guys see the post I made with some of the T-shirt artwork that I've been working on? That stuff's going to be pretty fun. Let's see. Orbit. What's the best Georgia-based horror film? You mean besides ones that I made? I'd have to think about that. My God, right now I got to think about how to spell Constantine. Okay, they still have it out. The only thing I would worry about here, I'm going to have somebody to, it might arrive because the release date is March the 3rd. We'd be back, would we? March the 3rd? And be out of town for a couple days right there. And I wouldn't want that set to arrive. And so will my parents. They'll be out of town with us. So I wouldn't want that set to arrive and set outside. But we come home on the 3rd, so it should be good. That's that's the set that I'm getting right there. I'm gonna get that set. Oh yeah, Fled. Yeah, not a horror, but it's good. Yeah. Oh, hey, Harley Shellhammer's in the house. Speaking of Georgia horror movies, he's been in a couple of my movies. Oh, hey, you like that Criterion video, Harley? Did anybody in here watch the Criterion video? Because I'm going to be honest, I worked really hard on that, and everybody's like, "That's a cool idea," and the video has not done that great. Like people are like, "Screw that guy! He's watching Criterion." Like fuck him. I appreciate it, Woke Niner. It was fun though. It's a fun challenge. Like y'all ain't got to watch it. I'm doing it anyway. I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again because I had fun with it. Like it's fun. Like Lola Montez, for instance. Number one, I didn't know the movie existed. Number two, there's no way in 700 hells I would have ever watched that movie if not for doing this challenge. And though I will probably never, ever, 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 ever watch that movie again, I'm glad that I did it. It's new input. It's new information. It's a new experience that I would have never done without this channel and without that challenge. So, oh yeah, Harley. Yeah, Vincent is always in here. Vincent's the man, and he comes to hang out with me all the time. He's like having royalty in the house, YouTube royalty. See, I'm glad some of y'all like the Criterion video. There was somebody that commented. They were like, when you said you were going to review Criterion stuff, I was worried about it because you don't strike me as that kind of person. And I'm thinking, it's so funny. It's like, you guys, like I'm a filmmaker with like, and a writer with like multiple master's degrees and stuff. It's not just like I'm a toothless hillbilly that can only watch Vinegar Syndrome crap or something. Like, I enjoy all kinds of movies, but I'm the weird guy that will go from watching The Seventh Seal to watching Men at Work and enjoy both this like just as much. So like I don't understand. I'm out here to break the stigma that you have to be a Criterion guy or a Vinegar Syndrome guy or a Scream Factory guy. Be a movie guy. Be an art guy. Don't be one or the other. Be a Renaissance man. You know, they call them Renaissance man. They painted, they sculpted, they drew, they did They wrote, they did mathematics, they did it all. They learned it all, science, all of it. Do all of it. Be good at all kinds of shit. It's the accent. Yeah, like, and it's so funny because like I really don't, a lot of people people either like really hear the accent or people are like, you don't have that much of an accent. And now if I wanted to get rid of it, like in Dark Roads, I pretty much just get rid of it. But if I want, that's not me. So like I don't want to come on here and play a part. I want to be me. They do, Joseph, as a pretentious label. And it's not. And look, I'm going to be 100% honest. There are films in the Criterion Collection that are only considered masterpiece good films because they got the Criterion label on them. Because before that, you can go and look at what people thought of them and they thought they were shit. And then Criterion dusted them off and put Criterion Collection on them, and suddenly they're masterpieces. So there is that. But I think it's sometimes it's the people that more than the label. It's like buying a status almost. Right, that type of person. Yeah, as somebody that likes movies, I'm that type of person. I don't know why Fletch didn't get a 4K. We're going to talk about that too. I was unhappy. I'm very unhappy with Summer Rental not getting a 4K because they did a brand new 4K restoration and a brand new 4K scan, and they put it on Blu-ray. And they did the same thing with Fletch. So as far as I know, I'm pretty sure that was also the 4K. So if you paid all that money and you got the 4K, and that's the scan that you're using to put on a Blu-ray, there was nothing wrong with that scan. That just means you're going to put it on 4K in like 6 months or a year. So that pisses me off. But that is like my favorite John Candy movie with the Jimmy Buffett soundtrack. Brian back in here again. I appreciate it, Harley. I'm going to do another one. I might do Eric Bona's. I might do Tim Robbins. I've got several different ones I'm looking at. It does help me if there's at least like one of the movies that I have seen, especially if they pick 7 or 8 movies, because that's a shitload of movies to watch and review and stuff in a month. Renaissance Man with Danny DeVito is a good movie. I am a toothless hillbilly. I appreciate that. Critiquing their picks. Good. Thanks. I appreciate that. I wanted something different, something that would push me to watch something different, watch other stuff. Oh, yeah. Ethan Hawke and his daughter is a good pick, but God, they pick so many movies between the two of them. Sure, Brian. Sure. We know. I know. You just can't come in here and hang out. I get it. I'm just fucking with you. Well, that's good, Lamb Chop. That's good. They're fun to watch, even though they're pretty heavy scripted. You can tell the ones that are pretty heavy scripted. Swipe your card with your pinky up when you buy Criterion. No 4K for you, Chevy. Well, they're doing Foul Play is coming out on 4K with him and Goldie Hawn. Let's see if we get to 10. Should I do Dark Roads if we get to 10? Or I don't have the Blu-ray setting here, but it'd be a Blu-ray. But we get to 10 super chats, and I'll do one of these plus some extra swag. We'll give away one tonight. I'm starting to run low. I would give away a Realm of Souls, but I only have two of those. Two of those. Did the goal end? Man, we didn't do good tonight, did we? Let's see. Timer ended. Sure did. We'll do one for like 5. How about that? We'll do 5 since we got kind of halfway there. We got to at least be able to like somewhat like cover the cost of the movie and sending it. We'll do it till the end here. Near Dark needs a 4K really bad. That's another movie that's coming on another list here soon. But that's a really good movie. It's basically a modern like neo-noir Western with vampires, very much like vampires, John Carpenter's vampires. You're waiting for me to restore my movie. So did any of you members in here, did you see the video where I did the anatomy of a scene thing with Creature Feature, where I put all of the raw shots where we were filming the scene? Like a couple, I actually have another one that's coming up too. A couple of sequences, and then I put the finished product in there. If you did, what'd you guys think of that? You guys want to see more of that? Do you like that kind of stuff? Is it cool? You can see how different just the raw clip looked compared to the final product on the movie, right? It's a very, very different. Near Dark from Second Sight would be awesome. So Woke Niner and Becca both saw it. The out of print Blu-ray for Near Dark is ridiculous. So at least I got a couple members in here who saw it. Well, that's good. Not that easy to put together, to be honest with you. Because some of that stuff, I mean, like Creature Feature was shot 11 years ago. 11 years. Yeah, 11 years ago. I forgot, honestly, how different it looked because I hadn't seen the raw footage in forever. I hadn't seen it in forever. And it's, and then you realize how you have to, what I say, play the wind. Like you set up your lighting and everything else, knowing how you're going to color correct it later, what kind of look you're going to give it. Because then when you're filming it, it looks like kind of yellow. You're throwing this tungsten light on it, but that's so you can pull that out later and make it be bluish white light. I mean, it's all kinds of crap. Stop making excuses and make another movie. Hey, my deal was a long time ago, if I got to 10,000 subscribers, I would start the process of making another movie. And I'm going to keep that promise. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm going to keep the promise. That's right, Harley. Realm of Souls. Realm of Souls is part found footage. Harley was with me in the scene where we went like investigating, ghost hunting at the Georgia Guidestones, which is like this like mysterious monument, like a Stonehenge that just appeared one day in 1980 here in Georgia. Nobody knew who made it. We went there to film, and then just like a year or so ago, and this was like back in 2011, right? Hardly like 11 when we filmed this. But just like a year or two ago, somebody blew it up like in the middle of the night. So it was really weird. It's really weird. Oh, you like that part of the movie? It was funny too. We were just goofing off. We were goofing off. Like all we did for those scenes was like a little outline of like, we got to make sure we throw in this, and then the rest of it is us just ad-libbing, just going for it on the day. Yeah, it's been a while since we filmed it for sure. I couldn't remember when I was thinking 2011. It's been a minute though. But yeah, there's some funny moments in that one too. The Blu-ray is dark of 30 Days, and I've never seen the Blu-ray of 30 Days of Night. I had the old DVD, and I don't even have it anymore, and I can't figure out where it is. You'll hold the boom for our next one. Everybody, everybody hates to do that. Oh yeah, we rode out there. I used to have the old Hummer, and we rode out there to the Guidestones, and was Jake and Kenny, and who else was with us that day? It was fun though. It was fun. There was talk, wasn't there talk about glory holes in that scene? There was a discussion about glory holes. There sure was. And I almost lost my shit a couple of times laughing, trying not to laugh so hard. I have the Panasonic UB820. And I have the Sony, what is it, the XM800 XM2, I think is what it is. I have two. Yes, the glory hole, and this is what it looked like. No, I have regular DVDs, although most of them are, they're just all mixed in. I plan this year, part of my plan is to like start upgrading and moving away from the DVDs though. I'm not going to get rid of them. I'm going to get rid of the cases they're in. Yeah, I think you did bring that up. And then we had like this whole discussion about glory holes, which was not something that was scripted at all, but it was so damn funny and like authentic when we started editing it. I refused to cut it out. Minority, I'm surprised Minority Report doesn't have a 4K. You're going with from a PS5 to a dedicated player, so hopefully it makes it. They do make a difference. It does make a difference. The Panasonic's really good player. That Sony's really good player too. But if I could only get one, I would probably get the Panasonic because it has that cinema chip, like the same chip that they put in like some of those high-end like theater projectors and stuff. You got to watch them however you got to watch them. Like I'm going to buy a little cheap 4K player for my bedroom. Yeah, I have Bedazzled because I don't understand why that's not getting upgraded, but I have Bedazzled, House Sitter. I have House Guest with Sinbad and Phil Hartman. Distinguished Gentleman. I actually have 2 DVDs of it, I believe. And like, why would those not get upgraded? It makes no sense. Don't tell mom that Babysitter's dead. Like, I just saw that DVD at Barnes and Noble, and I'm like, why does this not have a Blu-ray? Does Captain Ron even have a Blu-ray? It makes no sense. Like, some of it really makes no sense because some of it is like big studio owned stuff. I love Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dad. And look at the cast in that. Like, why is that not? I mean, you got David Duchovny in there. You got Christina Applegate's in that. Like, why is that not out? It should cost nothing to convert to get it onto a Blu-ray. Like, nothing. Now converting it up to a 4K going to cost them. But it shouldn't cost them to get it on Blu-ray. I mean, from there, because you're only talking about going up a little bit. They about had to have it almost in that quality to start with, unless it was like a video quality transfer. Stay gluten-free, William. I can't promise that one, buddy. But you have a good night, man. I appreciate you coming in. I got my buddy Chance gave me this. These are like on DVD as well. From the After Dark Horror Fest. I guess there's like this is a Dark Ride. Have any of you guys seen Dark Ride? Hey, we had I'm your Huckleberry. Welcome to Pop Culture Fans. He joined as a member. All right, man. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. But yeah, I had never seen this either. He gave me this, so I'm gonna have to check this one out too. But it's a DVD only as well. So what made me think of it. And it's from 2006. If you were here earlier, you got that. I would get the 4K of that just for the slipcover even. But I got too much stuff that like I actually care to watch and like have to buy. Why so Bluetooth? I appreciate it, man. I really do. I'll be on the lookout for it. I appreciate you coming in. You guys, when I get stuff in the mail, it's so like crazy, man. It's so humbling, and I really do appreciate it. Matt, yeah, we're having a good night, brother. Oh, so there is a Blu-ray of Bedazzled with Brendan Fraser? Y'all, I tell you one thing I got to do. I got to get StreamYard so that I can pop people's stuff up here and so that I can have people on here. Like, I want to do live streams where I can get like Jesse on and some other Jesse Cove, because Screamboat's coming out and he's in that, and I want to talk to him and I want to talk to other people. I want to be able to get like Brian on here or Daniel or whoever on here too, and you guys pop this stuff up when it comes up. It is a summer shandy. It's been in there a while. I haven't seen the era release of Squeaky chair. I haven't seen the era release of Narc. Like, I mean, I've seen it in the store, but I never did buy it. And I haven't seen that movie. I think I've seen the movie, but I can't tell you when I've seen the movie. Like, or I'm just like remembering seeing trailers of it. What struggles do I see happening in 2025 for the physical media community? I think one of the biggest problems we're facing right now that we have to nip in the bud is this growing little censorship. We got to stop that right now. This whole thing with Crocodile Dundee, the scenes they're wanting to cut out of that, or that they did cut out for the encore cut, bull shit. Like, no. It is good beer. Censorship in digital, bad. Like, we can't give a, first of all, one of our biggest advantages with physical media over streaming is the lack of censorship, getting the movies that we know the way they're supposed to be. Not Disney going on here and extending the hair down Daryl Hannah's back to cover her butt crack in Splash. Not them editing out with AI like words in Adventures in Babysitting, or taking away the Playboy from Adventures in Babysitting. And definitely not like taking out stuff that we feel that somebody feels is inappropriate for us to watch because of their current sensibilities that are changing and will change in 5 minutes. Like, and it'll definitely change in a year or two. That is a problem. That's a problem. And we can't support it. We can't support it. Because here is the problem. If we support it and we buy those movies, they're going to keep doing it. They're going to think it's fine to do it. And the Crocodile Dundee, that's right, Tyler. The Crocodile Dundee is bad. But do you know, I was talking with Pop Culture Mass on here. He's got a great little small channel. He's fun to watch. He's in Massachusetts now, but he's from Georgia too. And I was talking with him today about this. And, you know, I had the problem with this release, Riddick, because I didn't know it was altered. Screen Factory didn't tell us it was altered before we bought it. And they took out the butt squeeze, right? Well, that's the director all of a sudden deciding that was inappropriate. But nobody told us. And that's what the director's cut is for. So it has a theatrical cut and an unrated director's cut, but they changed that on both cuts. If you wanted, as the director, to change it, change that on the director's cut, but leave the original cut alone. Stop trying to rewrite history. But what's funny on it, you can go and find this on YouTube. Katie Sackhoff talking about that scene, and that scene is one of the scenes she was most proud of in the movie. And she's talking about how it was fun, but she had to be careful grinding her crotch on to Vin Diesel's crotch in that scene because they were letting her down. And she didn't want to grind her crotch into his too hard because she was coming with downforce. But she was super proud of that scene and her nude scene in the shower and how she looked in that movie. She wasn't offended. So why was the director offended on her behalf? Like, fuck that. Like, don't decide for what I should be offended by. You know what I mean? We can't do that. I get very passionate about that because, in my opinion, movies are art that mark the time they come from. They shouldn't be it's like a piece of history, art history, and you can't rewrite that based on whatever way the wind's blowing today, because the wind's going to change tomorrow. So that is a problem we're facing. That's a big problem we're facing. Sorry, that's something I wanted to talk about, and that, man, I get very passionate about that.
You're not.
That's a hot button. That's what Rich is like. That's a hot button. And it's not just about that. I'm that way about anything. I was a history teacher too. So I'm very ultra sensitive to people like trying to change how things happen because it's not convenient right now. But in 10 years, what you're doing right now will be a different sensibility. So just leave the facts, learn from them, good or bad, and move the fuck on. But don't dictate for everyone else. If you want to change it as a director, I have no problem with him changing it. He's a director. That's what the director's cut's for. But give me both. It's like Pop Culture Mass said, he's like, I want the titty cut too, essentially. He's like, if you want to take out the titties now because you think it's bad, that's fine. But give me the titty cut too. I want to buy the original like it was. It's not coming from Arrow. I don't think Dundee is coming from Arrow. No way. When I redo Realm of Souls, when I remaster it, I'm putting like the 30 minutes that this distribution company made me cut out to shorten it. I'm putting it all back in. I ain't cutting anything out. Those who change history shall be doomed to repeat it. 1,000,000%. Yeah, like Porky's would be 15 minutes. That's why we don't have Revenge of the Nerds 4K. I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced. That's why. Damn, Joseph, you got Life Force already from Arrow? Straight out of 1984. Yep, it is. Guys, that was supposed to be a warning, not a how-to manual. It's like somebody's like, I think it was Jeff at Films at Home. I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw his like, I hate these like videos where they're like pointing at whatever they're talking about for like 15 seconds. But it was like movies that predicted the future or whatever. And I kept waiting on Demolition Man and he didn't put it. And I'm like, it's fucking Demolition Man is the one that predicted the future, like more than anything. Damn, Joseph, I ordered mine from Orbit with TCM and The Gift, and I don't have it yet either. Damn, you got it super early. Did you order from Arrow? So that's probably why you got it a little early, but that's real early. Well, and Pop Culture Mass was talking about how Spielberg edited the guns out of the cops' hands in E.T., but since then he's changed on that. He says that's one of his biggest regrets was ever doing that. And like he partnered with Martin Scorsese and a couple of others, and like they saved Turner Classic Movies, and they basically are establishing this thing to stop movies from being changed retroactively. So he is on the complete opposite side. He's on my side of that now. He's on the complete other side. And I think that made a believer out of him. He's like, that wasn't right. We shouldn't have done that. And he wishes he hadn't done it now, but now, it's too late. Yeah, you got that super early. I'm a little jealous. That's it, Becca. I don't need other people deciding what's best, what I should be offended by and censoring it. When I've been watching Crocodile Dundee for 40 years. I don't need someone to all of a sudden tell me I shouldn't be watching it that way. Way over there is where they can fuck right off with that. RoboCop is pretty accurate. It's headed that way. Well, it's like I want Gone with the Wind on 4K. That's probably overall the top for me. Because that movie would be absolutely stunning in 4K. We're probably not going to get it because Although, I mean, hopefully, like, I mean, like some people, I feel like we're starting to move away from it a little bit. So maybe, you know, everything is cyclical. Well, it's not cyclical in our culture. If you look back at it from a history point, we're more on a pendulum. We swing one way really far, and then we swing back the other way too far and course correct. And there's like a little spot in the middle each time on that downstroke where everybody's kind of got common sense. It's like this middle part, and then we go up here and it's too far, and we go over here and it's too far. That's exactly it, Joseph. Most people buying, like, if you buy Crocodile Dundee, you probably grew up with it and you've seen it more times than you can count. So, like, why is it going to be a problem now? I tell you, man, this Disney like hid Song of the South. Like, I don't know. I mean, you're talking about movies where, like, you know, the minorities got nominated like for Oscars, and you're hiding those. Like, I don't get it. Take that crap to Canada. Oh, and Anaconda VSU, Beetlejuice and Anaconda VSU would be an instant buy. I love John Voight in that movie with his accent. I can't even do that thing. You know, snake. I can't even do it. But like that's got actually a sneaky like big cast in it. Like and they're doing another one with like Paul Rudd. But man, Anaconda, instant buy. And it deserves like a chunky box treatment too. Somebody's got to do Gone with the Wind at some point. There, like I said, there we'll swing back, or you know, in some ways things are already like swinging a little bit. It'll swing back, and people will be like, you know what? Put the movie out. Like this is stupid. Put the movie out. John Voight is good in Varsity Blues because I've played for football coaches that are very close to that. '84, you guys still hanging out in here. Man, Walt would listen. I'm a Walt historian. Like I started working on a Walt documentary a long time ago. Walt would not approve. He would not approve. Yeah, that's right. You can't delete historical depictions, whether they're bad or good. You learn from them either way, and you grow. It's like I told someone. It's like everybody does, and not all things were bad, but everybody does stupid things at some point. All you got to do, like somebody like me that grew up in the '80s, all I got to do is look back at like, you know, the girls with their rooster hair, like teased up hair, parachute pants, and like all this stuff. It was stupid. It looked stupid. But in that context at that time, it was fine and cool. But looking back on it, it looks stupid. Going and erasing all the pictures doesn't change it. Don't let them move their whipped cream bikini. F. Kilmer. Joseph, like that dude. I mean, back in the day, like I would get yanked around by my face mask. Like it's very different than it is now. My favorite My favorite Chuck Norris movies. I mean, I like the missing in action movies, but there is a Chuck Norris horror movie, kind of. He ends up kind of like fighting the devil. I think it's called Hellbound. Sneaky one people don't know about. I really like it though. And then I like Invasion USA. Is it Lone Wolf McQuade too? But yeah, I mean that. Trying to think, and I love is it Enter the Dragon that he's in with Bruce Lee, but he plays the bad guy in that kind of. Delta Force is good. I mean, you can't really. They're all kind of similar. Does Hellbound have a sequel? You love it when I get worked up. I try not to stay chill. The problem is I used to have like way more of a temper when I was younger and like explode. And now I try to keep that down. But when something makes me very passionate and pushes me to the point where I get fired up, I get extra fired up because you push me to that point, and I try to stay down here. I haven't seen Orphan Killer 2. Yeah, there's somebody saying Delta. You talking about Delta Force? Sorry, the chat just like jumped around on me. Sean, yeah, you and I are both after the Legend Chunky box. I missed the boat on that one. I gotta have that one. I need that one. Silent Rage, yeah. I agree, Becca. It's got to be the adults that judge for themselves. And like I said, like with Riddick, I mean, you had a director's cut and a theatrical cut. Change the director's cut if you didn't want it in there, but it's not right to change the original cut and the director's cut because now you've altered both, and then you didn't tell anybody. You let people buy it not knowing that. That's not a fan of that. Sorry, y'all. The chat like got all jumped up because there's like comments that I read that are now below comments that I didn't see for me. I'm not sure what happened here. Oh yeah, I think we're talking about sidekicks up there. I think you might have said sideways, but I think you meant sidekicks. That's a great VSU from Vinegar Syndrome. This one time at band camp, I stuck a flute in my, oh wait, censor that. Unannounced edits is, yeah, you can't, like, that's, I will, like, but you see how I got worked up? Like, this is why none of these boutiques ever going to send me anything for free. Never. They're never. I could have 150,000 subscribers and they're not sending me anything. It's so funny though, because like I'm in a lot of ways, I'm their biggest advocate and explain to people why things are the way they are, how they restored this stuff, why it probably costs what it costs, all this kind of stuff. But I will also call them hard. I'll be hard on them too. So they want somebody that won't. They send that stuff mostly probably to people that aren't going to be hard on them. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, I think was Sidekicks his last movie, Jonathan Brandis? Yeah, I wonder that too. If Arrow's like, hey, yeah, no, we're not going to put this out changed and not tell anyone. Why are most movies poor these days? There's a couple of reasons. I think you guys give me about 2 minutes to answer this question, and I'll jump back in here. Why do I think movies are so bad? Because they have first of all, I call them safety rails, right? They have these safety rails they have to stay within, and that always comes before the story. So they have to check that that the story every story has to have a message. Every story, every movie production has to have a certain amount of these people, certain amount of these people, certain amount of this, certain amount of that. And it's like they got to go through all these steps and check all these boxes, and then make a movie. Like they don't. My point of that is they don't set out first to just tell a good story and make a good movie. They set out first to make sure they fulfill everything else along the way, and that way nobody can say that they were insensitive or not politically correct or whatever. They check all of that first. Go back and look at the movies that we remember as classics. Most of them were not. I mean, they didn't care if they offended. They didn't care if they shocked you. They didn't care if they insulted you. All that stuff, like. They didn't care. Like to be nominated for an Oscar now, you have to have a certain mix of people that worked on the movie to even be nominated for an Oscar. Why does that matter? I don't care if everybody that works on the movie are purple people from planet Uranus. I don't care. Like, is the movie good? That's what I care about. Is the movie good? What does that got to do with anything? So you can have like the best movie in the world and it can't be nominated for an Oscar because it didn't check all these boxes. So we got to get back to worrying. Like Christopher Nolan said this the other day. He's like, you can't do this stuff. You got to tell stories first. You got to make good movies. So that's one problem. The other problem is they did away with the old system where a movie they could spend money on a movie. It got to the theater. It was at the theater 3 months, 6 months, sometimes longer. Then it took a break for 3 months or so, 6 months. And then it was released at the video rental place. And then another month later, it was released for sale. And then another 6 months later, it was on HBO and stuff like that, like premium channels. And then like a year after that, it was on TV. So they had all these release windows, but they also had all of this time for each movie to filter into the consciousness of pop culture and find its audience and be aware. Now everything is disposable. It's like they instead of trying to worry about making quality that gets out there and finds its audience, they try to create an audience by just making as many things as they can. They're literally throwing everything against the wall and see what will stick. That's what I think those are your reasons right there. Like, they're like, okay, well, we got to get the streaming because we got to keep propping up our streaming model because we left the old model. But the problem is streaming makes it very discardable and it doesn't have time to find its audience. So instead of making one movie, we got to make 10 because we got to see which one will find an audience. And I think that's part of the problem too. I appreciate it, Movie Odyssey. Yeah, like, I mean, I'm going to tell, I don't care. They could send me a stack of free movies and I will tell you if it's shitty or not. But some of it's going to be my opinion. Like, objectively, like, is a 4K good? Why is this or that? I'm just going to be honest on it. That's all it is. They won't take a risk. They want to make 50 of the most similar, safe movies they can make to try to find an audience on streaming and wherever else. And then if those 50 don't work, we'll make 50 more. And it's not sustainable. The way they're doing it is not sustainable. They've gone from making films, from making cinema. They've gone from doing that to making content. That's what they're doing. That's ultimately the problem. They're making content, and it's got to be PC content that checks every box and doesn't offend. I mean, think about that. If you try, that's like making food with no seasoning because you're afraid someone won't like how it tastes. Like, you can't then you know what? You have food that everyone can eat, but it's going to be bland as fuck. And nobody's going to want it. That's the problem. That's exactly what it is. And I mean, that's exactly what it is. Like, you can make food completely plain with no seasoning. You can make movies that will not offend or harm or insult or make anyone question anything and all that stuff and check all the safety boxes. But they're not going to be memorable. They're going to have no flavor. $3D WAG, I appreciate it. That's why I was trying to think of something like real quick that like was a good analogy. Usually I'm pretty good at coming up with those. That's what the Hallmark channel's for. I hate the Hallmark channel, man. That's it. 2 slices of Wonder Bread. I appreciate it, Statue Collector. But I mean, you also end up with just content that's disposable because there's nothing for anybody to latch onto. And I mean, to be honest, I wonder. And I like The Substance pretty good. I didn't love it like everybody else, but I wonder if The Substance would have made it as far as it has if it was directed by a 62-year-old male director who had been directing horror movies his whole life, and he didn't talk about anything, like he didn't push the women's perspective. He didn't name, like, you guys know, she named named Dennis Quaid's character Harvey. It's pretty on the nose. Like, would that movie have gone as far if it was made by an old dude who'd been making horror movies his whole life? Or would they be like, oh, that was just exploitive to women and it's just another over the top look at the grossness at the end? Like, would it have gone as far? And I hate that they make us question that, but it's a fair question. Joseph, I appreciate you hanging in, man, and coming by. I appreciate everything, man. I appreciate the support. I mean, I won't tell them no. Don't send me something free. I'm not an idiot. Why am I going to pay $30 if they're going to send me one for free? But if you want to send it to me for free in exchange for me telling everybody it's good, if I think it's not good, I'm not doing that. Keep it. I don't need it that bad. Harley, and it starts when they hire the crew and then us actors in the SAG. Yeah, yep. That's it. You can't market movies that go to Netflix. It doesn't work right. Yeah, the titles on the Netflix thing, like it's not the same. It's not the same as seeing something in lights, a poster in lights, and then going into a rental store, and you're missing the tactile experience. That's a problem too. When they do have something good, it could end at any time. And they don't get, like, they'll have, like, I watched on Netflix a while back, they had that show Glow, the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling with Betty Gilpin and stuff. And that got nominated for like 18 Emmys. And it ended with a cliffhanger, and they were making the next season, and they decided, no, we're not going to do it. Like, what? I love Glow. I loved it, man. And it's like, it was nominated for like, and I was looking at it the other day. Well, it's been a while now, but it said nominated for 18 Emmys. And I'm like, and they canceled it. For what? I remember the real Glow too. They had already gone into, Betty Gilpin said they had already like started shooting the final season, and they canceled it. I agree, Movie Odyssey. They need to go back to giving hungry directors $20 to $60 million budget. That's right. That's right. First of all, there's so much waste, man. There's so much waste. The Terror. I haven't seen that one. You have a 2-pack of figures from Glow. I mean, Betty Gilpin, and what was the other what was the other actress's name? I was shocked to see some of the stuff they were getting up to in that show. But that was a badass show, man. I loved it. Yeah, still no replacement disc on the sale. They haven't heard anything. They haven't heard them talk about it. Like, it's not the biggest deal to me, but because it's like, it actually took me a second. I had to rewind it back, because like, she's drifting off to dream and everything, and it had been a long time since I saw it. It's not like a huge deal. It should be fixed. It's not a huge deal to me, but they should send the disc. Dang, Beetlejuice, where are you at? Like, all of a sudden we had this, like, here in Georgia, we got snow twice in a couple of weeks' time. And then like this week, all of a sudden it's gotten to the 70s for several days in a row. Now it's supposed to rain really hard for a couple of days and then drop back down to regular cold winter temperatures. So really weird weather here the past week. I'm your Huckleberry. I appreciate it. Yeah. Matt, you getting out of here too? Yeah, I'll probably get out of here soon. I love Spartacus. Getting out of here. I'll probably get out of here soon. Since a little slower tonight, I'll probably save and maybe give away an extra movie when we get to the 10,000, or maybe next week or whatever else. Movies. Yeah, I did too. I had to turn on the air conditioner in here today. It got to 76 degrees in my house. And then it's going to be like right back down to like a high of 41, lows in the 20s or 30s or whatever. Oh, Big Sal just jumped in the house. There is Sal. I was wondering if you were coming in tonight, man. He just dropped a $25 super chat and says, "Go Met, time to give away Dark Road. Spread the chase pop culture. Let's get the like counter up." Man, oh, and then there comes Seb 951, SEB 951, $5 super chat. Man, I appreciate it. We will definitely give away Dark Roads now. We will definitely do it. That will cover me shipping it out and everything, the cost of it. We will give away Dark Roads 79. Oh, Blockbuster, listen, me and him got to have a talk, damn it. Because I had Friday nights. I picked Friday nights because nobody else streamed Friday nights. Ken does Wednesdays. Frank does Tuesdays. Born to Be Rad and CHH a lot of time do like Saturdays and Sundays and shit. I was like, okay, I'm going to do Friday night. So you hear me? You hear me, Blockbuster box sets? Friday night is my turf. You come in here, you put hard times on me, daddy. You don't know what hard times are, daddy. Hard times is when you come in here and you take out my live stream, people. The American dream is to have my live stream. You put hard times on me, daddy. Hard times. I'm old. That's Dusty Rhodes for any of y'all that don't know. Oh, another $5 super chat. I appreciate that, man. Steelbook obsessed too. I'm telling you, they're putting hard times on me, daddy. They're putting hard times. I'm gonna have to take the elbow to them. Dusty Rhodes, baby. The American dream. How do I get my girlfriend's approval to watch Life Force? Well, Rich is my wife, but even if she was my girlfriend, I'm just going to be honest. There is zero chance that I would be with someone that told me I couldn't watch a movie that I wanted to watch. Zero. She's in the other room. She's like, I would never tell you that. Not ever. So, I mean, it's a naked vampire alien chick. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like I have, it depends. Like, I mean, if I'm 45 years old, so I'm not like over here, like, like, I don't know. So you gotta, it's a movie. It's make believe. It's for fun. Like it's artwork. And I mean, I don't know. She would never do that. I would never be with someone that did that. You hate Dark Roads. Well, actually, Harley, we did Realm of Souls. We were supposed to do all 6s and 7s, and we had to shift because of the Corey Feldman thing and bring me Realm of Souls instead. All 6s and 7s would have been fun. That would have been fun. Yeah, it's pretty much impossible to stream when nobody else does. Oh, him and Flair had some great matches. I mean, Rick, you know, his stepson was in my movie Buried Kane. And so he came to like our Realm of Souls premiere and the Buried Kane premiere. And that was pretty cool. I mean, I know his wife, Wendy Barlow better. Fifi from wrestling. After kids, no one cares anymore. It's like, Man, I appreciate it, Seb. 951. You don't have to do anything. I appreciate it. You really didn't have to do anything. And look, oh, Big Sal, you came in there with another $5 super chat, brother. Big Sal coming in like, and then that got everybody going. I appreciate it. Oh, Movie Odyssey. So I do watch Cobra Kai because I mean I'm friends with Marty and Jesse and love them to death. And I love Cobra Kai. I love Cobra Kai. I have not watched the last season yet. I was waiting on it to get all put out there. I have avoided completely anything about it. And I am waiting. So when it all comes out, then I will watch it all for the final season. But I love it. I love it. First 2 seasons, man, especially. Yeah, I should love it. They might have borrowed some ideas from me on that. Blockbuster Box says, see, he's in here. He's in here. Tully Blanchard, he's in here. I'm telling you. Let me tell you something, Tony Schiavone. Blockbuster Box says, put hard times on me, Daddy. He put hard times on me. He took all my peoples. All my peoples was over there. We couldn't get nothing going over here, I'm telling you. You're putting hard times on me. We're fighting on Friday Night Live Stream, Daddy. I mean, got my loaded elbow pads ready to go.
All right, let me go.
You ordered Life Force because I told you about it. Did you get the Arrow one or the Screen Factory one? Because I'm excited to get the Arrow. I got the Screen Factory, but I am super excited to get the Arrow one because it has the unrated extended director's cut in 4K. So I'm super excited for that. Must see TV, lots of titles. Oh, T. Shofi, I love those. I need to get those Universal Monsters steel books from Walmart. I love them. And like I'm a Universal Studio. Like I love Universal Studios. I'm Universal Studios pass holder. That's what what's that? Got married at Universal. I'm a Universal annual pass holder. So like I don't just love horror movies. I love Universal Studios and like their horror movie history. I definitely need to get those. Those are awesome. Pour some out for Blockbuster. Oh, well, now, awesome. I ordered the Arrow one too, even though I don't double dip on 4Ks very often, ever. But I have this one. But getting the unrated director's cut's the one to watch. That's the one to watch. So getting it on 4K, it had to happen. Outlaw, I love 70s movies too. And I have a list of recommendation list coming of awesome 70s movies that you missed, that you've never seen. So that'll be cool. I've got several of those coming up from the 80s and but I got a couple cool 70s ones coming. It would be nice for Best Buy to come back. Blockbuster box sets. Man, you didn't have to do that. He came in and gave 10 Pop Culture memberships. Lone Soldier got one. The Juice Man got one. Canadian Maker Project got one. Steve Mars got one. Frank got one. BMG got one. Oscar got one. Mia Sock got one. Mike Bridges got one. Steve got one. '70s nature, man. Blockbuster box sets. I appreciate that, man. You didn't have to do that. I was just giving you shit about the live stream. Canadian Maker Project in the house too. So what got me doing the 70s list is Convoy. I actually saw Convoy at the drive-in. Now, it had already come out several years before, but I still saw it at the drive. Saw it at the drive in the 80s. They were showing it again. Blockbuster box sets, I appreciate it, brother. I will let you know when my box sets come in, and I appreciate that too. And I I'm sorry I couldn't hang into your live stream. We got to coordinate better. We could only be there for about 30 minutes or so. I appreciate you coming in and doing that, man. I really do. The Night Blockbuster box sets. Appreciate it, brother. Oh, look at Canadian Maker Project coming in and doing 5 AVA Pop Culture gift memberships. Jeff got one. Timothy got one. Rick got one. Uncle Podcast got one. Michael Lee's got one. Good night, Harley. I appreciate you being in here, man. When I get to 10,000 subs, I'm going to start the process of seeing what it takes to get one more movie going. See if it's possible. The Light Horseman. I can't say I've heard of that one. A Chase radio station. Hey, you've hit pay dirt with K Dirt. That's from The Adventures of Ford Fairlane. But I love the late night FM DJ. Coming to you live from the racks and stacks. We've got the best on wax.
Justin in there?
Justin's not in here. He's not in here tonight. I don't know. I haven't seen that one, T. Shofi. Oh yeah, The Fog. Like, listen, any horror movie that you can find with a late night like FM radio DJ, there's something about the atmosphere that it adds to it. Like, I literally wrote that into the script for Diner 27, a sci-fi horror that I wrote. Brought to you by Duff Man. Oh yeah. Man, you were 48 and you missed The Fog completely. Hey, don't feel bad. Like, I would have never missed that one because I'm a big Carpenter guy. But and my dad watched that. He loved Adrian Barbeau. My mom likes that movie too. But the movie Dead and Buried, that came out in like 81, and I missed that as a kid and growing up, and I just saw that for the first time in like 6 or 7 months ago, and I friggin' love that movie. Canadian Maker Project, you're doing your first physical media channel soon, maybe this week. You're recording the first episode. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. The Fog doesn't get enough credit. It certainly doesn't. You like it when she rolls her eyes when I Duff Man? She was in there as soon as I did the Duff Man. She's like, she's in there. She's like, oh God. Not that. And every time we walk around Universal Studios, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it at least once. Oh, yeah. I love The Simpsons. I love the first 10 years of The Simpsons more than anything. But the Halloween episodes, especially from like the first 10 or 12 of those, I love those. Fog is your favorite Carpenter film. Man, it's the thing for me, but I do love The Fog. The Fog is high for me. The Fog is high up there. Like it pushes on Halloween for the second spot for me. Yeah, I love in my movie Diner 27, the FM DJ is rocking Ricky Vinyl. Tom Atkins, I love Tom. I can't think of Tom Atkins now without hearing the original Fuzz in my mind over there on his channel, like one of the first videos I saw where he's talking about, you got to love Tom Atkins in here in another horror movie slinging dick around. And dude, I laughed so hard because it was so perfect, because that's what he's done in every movie. And Halloween 3 slings it around hard. But and the fog too at the beginning. I almost fell off the couch laughing at the fun. And like I was dying. The Fog 4K does look so good, Gus. Gus, if you like The Fog, if you've ever seen Dead and Buried, if you've never seen Dead and Buried, that Blue Underground 4K of it, the reason I say that, it has that same kind of atmosphere, and it has more fog in that movie than The Fog does. It's insane. I mean, The Fog like permeates through interior buildings in that movie. There's so much fog. It's very good. Canadian Maker Project, we were talking about that earlier. Still haven't heard anything about the sale on a replacement disc. I can try reaching out to Arrow. They don't always get back to me because I'm not important, but I can try. Oh, Gus, that's the very first one. Bad Dream House. The Simpsons, where the house says, "A life with the Simpsons. What choice do I have?" And then it destroys itself. That's actually the first one. That's still one of the best because they get on the plane they get abducted by the aliens. The hungry are the damned, which is a riff on the Twilight Zone To Serve Men episode. And then they do The Raven, and I'm a huge Edgar Allan Poe guy. And they do The Raven, and it's James Earl Jones doing, quote, reading The Raven, reciting that poem. I just like the atmosphere of Dead and Buried. Yeah, I'm a big atmosphere guy when it comes to horror movies. Like, I don't think Dead and Buried is like a great movie, the greatest movie. I like it, but it just got so much atmosphere, it just kind of sucks you in, creepy. You think, like, that's who I need to ask. I need to ask Ken. Like, Ken, have you heard anything about it? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I have not seen the 80s. You're talking about the Tobe Hooper Invaders from Mars, didn't he do that one? I don't think I've seen that one, but I did just get the original on 4K from Ignite Films. I bought it. But that was really good. Subtly pretty scary. Big Sal, you're right. To Serve Man is so good. I like Twilight Zone is one of my favorite TV shows ever, and it has been ripped off so many times. Jordan Peele wouldn't have a movie right now if not for the Twilight Zone. Like, everything he's done is from the Twilight Zone. But he doesn't really hide it. But I love the Twilight Zone. Me too, Big Sal, forever. I wish they would do that in 4K. I know it's black and white, but that HDR is so good. But I have the whole series on. I don't have the Blu-ray. I think there's a Blu-ray. I only have the DVD. But I love Twilight Zone. My son likes it. I go in there and catch him going to sleep watching Twilight Zone episodes, and that's pretty cool. So classy. I got a Playboy in the background. It's all about the style. That is Burt Reynolds on the cover, in case you can't see that far back. I love that one. Oh, you got the Blu-ray of Twilight Zone? See, I got the old DVD. Beyond Desire. I don't know if I've seen that one. Oh, I love Outer Limits too. But I like the original one too. Do not attempt to adjust your TV set. We have taken control of the horizontal, the vertical. Yes, they do, T. Shofi. Dang, Tony, you went and got the $130 Reanimator set. Man, I wish I could I can't justify it because I got too many things I want to buy, and I'm still trying to finish. You guys, I don't know if you can even see it over here. I am still trying to finish my Dolby Atmos setup over here. I have to get the receiver, the sub, and the receiver, the sub, and the height channel speakers. So, oh, you did buy now, pay later on PayPal? Quoth the raven, nevermore. In his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming. I love the raven. I had to like recite the whole thing in an acting class. I probably couldn't do it now. I also had to do the in college on stage. I had to do in a performance. I had to for an exam grade. I had to do. You guys see Any Given Sunday, the Al Pacino halftime speech that they claw with their fingernails? I had to do that. Whoa, naked women tied to rockets in space. That's right. Oh, yeah. The artwork. Yeah. Oh, you got the UB8. I love the UB820. I ain't gonna lie. I made only very minor adjustments to it. I made most adjustments. My eyes, sorry guys. I've been like, because this weather, my allergies have been killing me. I've been blinking a lot extra in my videos, I know. But I make most of my adjustments with the TV. You can adjust some things with the player too. Yeah, I got too many. I would PayPal it now and pay later, except for I've got so much stuff that I'm still trying to pay for that I've done that with. Oh man, my eyeball is itchy. All right, let's do a oh gosh. Sorry guys. Let's do a trivia to give away Dark Roads. Let's see. I'm pulling up some trivia. What is it? Oh gosh, sorry. Man, my eyes are killing me. It's once it starts itching, it takes it a while. You're out of the running. You type too slow. I'm trying to find something that's like that's hard but not so hard. Oh, I can't. That one I just gave away the answer to. Dang, that would have been a good question. See, I got to get something that's harder to get so that it's not just a race to see who can type fast because it's something everyone knows. What is it? We'd be here all night if I did that. Let's see. Oh my God. This, like, some of this stuff is use Chat GPT for a hard movie question. Dude, they're either like super easy or too hard. Give me a second. I'm gonna try to find a good one. This literally just asks. Some of these are so bad. Okay, here we go. In The Howling, are we ready? In The Howling, Karen White loses her memory and is sent on a vacation after what traumatic event? What? In The Howling, Karen White loses her memory, is sent on a vacation after what traumatic event? Boom. T. Shofi. T. Shofi got it. Eddie's Attack, meeting Eddie the werewolf. T. Shofi was the first one. He got the character's name and everything. Got it right. Good Lord. Everything is backwards. Eddie's Attack. T. Shofi for W. He's been trying for a while. So he wins Dark Roads. Man, I thought that was going to be hard. That was going to be hard because you had to get the actor. You had to get the character. Yeah, it was the guy trying to. Yeah. That was impressive to get that fast. Oh man, High Volume Video jumped in with a $5 super chat. Says, longtime viewer, first time catching a live stream. Love the channel, man. Dumb, fun movie question. Who wins in a fight? Dalton versus Rambo. Fists only. I'm still going with Rambo. He's a Green Beret. He's been trained in all kinds of other fighting. He is more to the death, battle hardened. As much as I love Roadhouse, I'm going Rambo because he also probably outweighs. He's probably got a 35-pound weight advantage. So in a hand-to-hand fist fight, 25 extra pounds behind it means something. If they're both trained fighters, I'm gonna. Risha, who wins a fist fight, Rambo or Patrick Swayze from Roadhouse? Like 5'8". Yeah, she's like no Rambo all day. Rambo all day. Rambo's got the weight advantage too, by a lot. One good connection. She's getting in there deep too. She's like, one good connection for me. He's much heavier. One good connection, it's over with. Can I do a double-handed wave at the camera? What if Dalton has a beer bottle? I appreciate that high volume video. That was fun though. It's fun question. Me and my brother used to go back and forth about stuff we used to go back and forth like stuff like that when me and a couple buddies were editing movies. We did like we would just randomly sit and do a character team draft of like badass movie characters and TV show characters drafting to our team. Just be like, okay, it's your turn. And I'd be like, I think at the end of it, I had Rocky and Rambo and Dutch from Predator. And I had Indiana Jones and Jon Snow. And so I had a motley crew of a team. Rambo would stare Dalton down and Dalton would fall. Swayze could use his dirty dancing. T. Shofi, you need to email me at avawithchase@gmail so I can get address to send you the movie. Dalton can sew up his own wounds. Well, hey, yeah, Rambo can too. And he can eat things that make a billy goat puke. All right, guys, I think that's a good place. We got our giveaway. We got all that in. It is after midnight. It's technically the next day now. So this live stream started on Friday and has continued on into Saturday. Hair breaks. So I guess it's time to get off here. We're 2 hours and 40 minutes, but we're getting close to 10,000. We're going to have a big 10,000 subscriber, tons of big giveaways, all that stuff. You guys make sure that you share the channel and all that kind of stuff. We're getting so close. We want to hurry up and get there. I should have, hopefully, YouTube, like these recommendation lists, YouTube keeps like, flagging them, and then I have to get them approved manually by a person at YouTube. So hopefully my newest recommendation list will come out tomorrow. The last few have done really good. Hopefully this one will too. I mean, like 40,000 is a ton of views for me on a video. So hopefully it'll be out, but I got some more recommendations coming. I got several lists coming, recommendations, some rankings. Of course, I'm working on watching these, Vinegar Syndrome movies. So lots of stuff coming. Try to have video out later on Saturday, one on Sunday. I try not to miss too many days and ever. And so hope you guys enjoy it. And I appreciate you all hanging out here. And I appreciate all the support. Big Sal, Canadian Maker Project, everybody who's in here still, and everybody who had to leave earlier. Man, I appreciate it so much. I can't believe how fast this channel is growing. I love this community that we're hanging out with. Becca, good night. I appreciate it too. I still owe you an email response. I've been so busy, but I did read it, and I enjoyed everyone in here. Movie Odyssey too. Fun and giggles, Marty. I appreciate you guys. And if you're a member, make sure you check out that stuff back there. It's a lot of fun. You get a little peek at what I do, but you guys know the drill. Until next time, be kind, rewind like always. It's Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. See you guys. I never can see. I do my sign off and be, like all cool and smiles, and then I can't see the damn button to end. All right, T. Shofi, I'll check it. Bye-bye.